it. I got it. Got it. I got it. Calm down. Calm down.
Press the button.
Bunch of knuckleheads.
Press the button.
Oh my God, 9 already. Ooh, that was fast.
Man, they must be interested in this topic.
I'm telling you.
Stay on topic.
How are y'all doing out there?
Hey, we always
Wunderbar.
Well, let's see how we get through this. And everybody's a little frisky. I guess the cold weather brought it on. I don't know. We'll see. See, look at that guy up there. He's all hyped up before the show, and then we hit go, and he's like just down looking at something, not saying a word.
Turning off the volumes on my phone. Make sure I don't, do it. Pull a Joey.
He's about to bust through the screen, and then he hit lock.
Choo choo. My phone's off already. So,
But you had to look, didn't you?
Yeah.
Y'all actually turn the ringer on your phone?
How always
off.
Off. I turn it off.
Allegedly.
No.
No, I just checked.
For reals. For realsies.
For the reals.
For the reals.
Why is
I
don't want to watch
Why
it.
do fools fall in love?
That's what I want to do. There's a lot of people in the vertical position. This one over here.
Yeah.
Over here.
It's over here.
Wherever it's at. Anyhow.
Get us going.
He's
so knuckleheads ready to go.
He's so pretty.
Are you ready?
I don't know. Are you ready?
I don't know.
No, with that hat. Come on.
Oh! You're lucky I can't give you the other finger. Welcome to Creative Makers Podcast, episode 127. I'm Joey with Steel Blade Woodworks. I'm joined by a co-host, Matt with Wacky Works, BJ with Byram's Custom Woodworks, and the famous, beautiful mustache, the wooden mustache, and our buddy, Mr. Link in the bio, Mr. Steve I from Steve I Design. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Now everybody was very talkative, and now y'all just like, oh,
we're taking the page from Joey over here.
Oh. What's up, guys?
Not temperature. That's what's not up.
Nah, this is gonna be an interesting show today. Look at all these fine people out there.
I'm telling you.
What's going on? Must be the cold weather as everybody in here wanting to watch us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard they were handing out dollar bills.
But just to make a quick announcement. Oh, look, there's meow meow. He put that in there on purpose so we would say that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling that was not going to last.
No, we don't need that kind of language. But
got it.
You don't need to exit him. Let's give him a chance. Anyhow, moving on. Coming up next week, we have our big giveaway. Some of you have seen the post. We're going to come out with more information, and we'll be making that live. And that is our final show of the year. Supposedly, we haven't decided if we're going to do one after that because there's still actually one more weekend left. But we have a lot of great companies that are involved in this giveaway. We're going to be giving away a lot of good stuff. You do have to be present. I've been getting messages asking how you get involved. You get involved by showing up Sunday, December 21st, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's when the show is going to kick off. And we're probably going to hit it by giving something away. Who knows? I don't know. But there's going to be a lot to give away. The other part is that we will be giving away a bamboo 3D printer, but that is only for our top tier patrons. Those are the two top top
They're hard.
2 levels you have to be enrolled in to be able to get a chance to win that printer. But we have a lot of great tools and stuff to give away. So hopefully we see everybody there. And yeah, it's going to be fun times. Going to be good things.
Nice.
Good things. But yeah, more to come on that. But I will turn it over to you, BJ. Let's get it rolling.
You ever fix a chair and think, wow, I briefly defied the laws of the universe? That's the power of Boss Dog Wood Glue. Because according to science, and by science I mean vibes, everything in the cosmos is slowly falling apart. Stars explode, planets drift. My coffee table gave up last Tuesday. But Boss Dog Wood Glue looked at entropy and said, sit and stay. This stuff is so strong you could probably hold Saturn's rings together, but legally it's best for wood projects, which is fine because it's absolutely dominated my broken chair. Once it's bonded, that wood is together longer than most celebrity marriages. I use it on a shelf, and now it's not just stable, it thinks it's better than me. So whether you're repairing furniture, building something cool, or just trying to fill the power in a certain uncaring universe, grab Boss Dog Wood Glue. Boss Dog Wood Glue. Sit, stay, stick. Holding your projects together even when space and time is actively working against you. Remember, use that code CMP10 for 10% off. Yeah. Link in bio.
That sounds like a He-Man thing going on there. Had the
Yeah, a little bit of power of the universe. A little comedic and spacey,
Mr. Mike.
Hey, Mikey, welcome. Haven't seen you in a bit, bud. Ready for some pineapple, bud?
Let's get over into this. Joey, well, of course, the world wants to know.
What's in the box?
Okay.
I couldn't find the button. Sorry. Somebody moved my button.
Wah, wah, wah.
How's the shop doing?
Well, we got the foundation fixed and it's sitting there drying. It's probably dry enough by now, but we're going to get working on this coming week. We'll be starting to frame some walls up, put some insulation in, and then epoxy that section so that we can transfer the equipment over to that side and finish out the rest of the little project that's left to do. But the major part of the fix of the shop is done. Glad to have that behind my back. And special thanks to Mr. Wackerly for finding that product that I use. And I'm going to harp on this for a long time because I'm really amazed how that stuff works. And it is GRA Secure Set. We're not affiliated with them. I think they're here. They're only here on YouTube. I have not been able to find them anywhere else. But if you do need to lift something, I highly recommend you check that company out and look at that stuff. It worked absolutely remarkable on getting that stuff fixed. I cannot say enough. It saved a tremendous amount of money and work by finding that stuff. So, and then we talked, and even though Matt told me about 3 months ago how to fix it, my stubbornness was like, no, I'm just yanking it all out. And then,
which is funny because you bought it anyways. You said you weren't going to do it. You bought it anyways.
Well, no, not that part. The way we ended up fixing it, that part I was going to get because I needed to lift a different part, and it worked. And after it worked, I was like, yeah, there's no point of ripping all this out. I can just fix it the way it is, and then we can move on with life, which helped out a lot. So, yeah, well on the way to getting the shop set up. I can't wait to have everything in place once and for all, and get doing some cool stuff in there. But
nice.
That's about it for me. What about you, Mr. Wackerly?
Well, I have been working in the shop the last 2.5 days. For the first time in a long time here. But I fought with my CNC, and I thought my CNC was broken. I had changed out a part, an upgrade for my motor so that it had a brake on it, and thought that I screwed everything up by doing that. And fought it for a while, talked to y'all about it, and finally I realized that it had to be something else other than the CNC, because I could get other files to work if I power cycled it. So I sent it off to one of our Patreon members, and he went through it, and he said, "Yeah, here's your problem. It's got this in it," and a simple fix. It was literally just a simple fix, and so I have got 2 cabinets cut out already, ready to assemble. I'm cleaning up the last little bit of that and cutting out. And right now, there's somebody watching it. The 1/2-inch pieces right now for the drawers, and so I'll be able to take care of that here shortly. I'm gonna bump you over to BJ for a minute because I have a dog that won't stop barking. So,
but who was that remarkable guy that fixed that issue?
That would be Scott. Scott Kiefer, I believe his last name is.
Potato farmer.
Potato farmer. He is definitely a great potato farmer. Grows the greatest potatoes in Iowa. He said, "Forget corn, forget soybean." He went straight with potatoes.
That guy's amazing. Sometimes he just seems to amaze me. But no, all joking aside, he did fix something because we all have those files, and that was an issue that he found on a TikTok live last night.
Yeah. Hey, it helped me out majorly, and I got up early this morning. Normal my time, but early for most people, and started cutting everything out. And like I said, got both cabinets cut out, got all that taken care of, and then I'm now doing all the drawers, have those out by tonight. Everything's sanded down and get ready for assembly tomorrow. So
we got to bring this one up.
He won't be happy when he sees that.
Oh, he's seeing it. He's seeing it.
Yeah.
Anyhow, moving on.
Mhm.
Is that to me?
So
That's to you.
That's to you, Mustache. I'm sorry. Yes, Mustache. What's glue with you, buddy?
We got a little snow last night.
Did you?
Started around 1. It didn't really amount to much, maybe an inch or two. It's still on the ground though. Dogs.
That's that white stuff that falls from the sky, right?
Yeah.
All right, just making sure. We only get it like once a decade or something around here, so I was curious.
I mean, I was thinking about sending Joey some, but it probably wouldn't travel too well.
No,
But
It's
it's
more
dry
common
ice.
down here
Pack it
in the
dry ice.
Yeah. I normally get it in like the cone form with like flavor stuff on it. So
Oh, okay.
That's with milk. Yeah,
that's snow cone. Yeah.
Oh,
Milk. What the
well, if
heck?
you're talking about ice cream, yeah, I was thinking ice cream.
Oh.
As soon as I thought about white ice cream, yeah.
Anyways,
I
Let's
saw
reel this in
Joey's
a little.
brain just go sideways. Oh yay. So
Hey,
Loser. You loser.
So we got a little snow. I did get my test model printed last night for the jigsaw, the Milwaukee jigsaw. Fit. This is the first. I printed small parts of this just to see the placement and stuff, but that model is almost done. In the shop, I got the walnut border around the CNC table all put on. I made it a little tall around the edges, which was really dumb because it caused me to do a crap load more work than was required. However, we had Steve's class on Intro to Hand Planes on Wednesday.
Yeah.
And it got me to grab the little cheap hand plane that I had hanging out. And yeah, with some coaching from him on one of our nightly calls. He helped me out a lot. So we thank Steve again for putting that class on, and that is available for our top 2-tier patron levels, by the way. So I did plugs. So I cut some maple. I have one of the little drill press dowel maker things, and I cut some plugs on that, and I got those all in last night, and just took the flush trim saw, cut those all flush, hit them with a sander. Can do the I think I'm gonna do a round over on the top and the bottom of the edge. So
Do a chamfer. Looks so
probably
much better.
I go back. Yeah, I know. I'm usually team chamfer. I'm gonna go a little out of the ordinary. So yeah, that's about all I got. What's glue with you, BJ?
Spent a lot of time in the weekend. A lot of time in the weekend during the shop. A lot of time in the shop during the weekend. I just kind of hung out. Yeah. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Other than it was a little misty, little foggy, but got out there yesterday with my daughter because my wife had to work most of the day yesterday, and we cleaned up. I had to get I'm working on a live edge elm shelf for a friend of mine, and of course the slab that I needed for the project was in the back of the stack, so I had to move 6 other slabs to get to it. Well, in the process of moving it in between every slab, there was a bunch of leaves and other stuff. So I figured, well, I'm doing this, might as well start cleaning up. So we cleaned up the back lean-to area, got a bunch of stuff just done, burned a bunch of scrap, cleaned up around the backyard. And then last night, I got out there and I got a buddy of mine, local woodworker, that had like 4 cutting boards ready to go at the same time that needed them engraved, 2 flattened, and then something else on the other. So I got out there last night, threw on some loud music, and had some fun just running the CNC, running the laser. And today, because last night it decided to drop down below freezing here in Texas, I didn't do a whole lot. I just kind of hung out. That's it. Tomorrow, hopefully, my new mini split will be in. I don't know if I'm going to install it tomorrow, just because my other one's still kind of limping along. But once I schedule with the HVAC guy to come out and help me pull vacuum and check for leaks and everything, we'll rip the old unit out, put the new unit in, and have a brand new mini split. What else did I do? Oh, I ordered like 100 board foot of cherry and maple. So local hardwood dealer, they were having a sale on cherry and walnut. So my buddy down the road was ordering a bunch of it. He ordered like $3,000 worth of lumber. And he's like, hey, I'm ordering this. They're already delivering for free. Do you need anything? And so I ordered some stuff, and I'm going to build a little coffee bar in the kitchen out of that. I've never really done a lot of work with cherry. I've always wanted to. And so it'd be kind of nice to have some.
It's really nice, easy to work with.
Yeah. So, and what's nice is it was like $3 a board foot for 8-quarter cherry, and that's S3S. So when we found that out, that everything that we were getting was S3S, and it was on average $1 a board foot cheaper than the place we normally go to, we're like, yeah, and they deliver, so it saved us 2-hour round trip plus the hour or 2 hours that you're at the yard. So yeah, but that's about it about that. What about you, Mr. Steve?
Well, I didn't get as much done the last week and a half as I had hoped in the shop, but I did get some shooting boards made up. After some trials and tribulations and some assistance from the guys on this, with my CNC and the files, things just weren't quite right. And then I realized I was doing some silly new CNC new CNC person. Silly mistakes for a newbie is, I guess, the way we should say it, because there is a very big difference between cutting on the line and inside the line and outside the line with an 1/8-inch bit. Yeah. Things don't quite line up. So, yeah, but we live, we learn. It's all part of trying new things on the CNC and trying to get better with it so I can get to the point that I want. But I did end up getting a couple of those shooting boards made up. And that's good. We'll try and tweak those files a little bit and see if we can't maybe get them a little bit closer for more of a production run. I'm thinking I might do a small run of those. We'll see. But other than that, I spent a good amount of time kind of prepping for the hand tool, the hand plane 101 class that I did for our patrons. Which that was Wednesday.
Such an awesome class.
Oh, thank you. I try, and I think it was very successful and shared a pretty good amount of information. I had went into it thinking that I'll probably talk for about 15, 20 minutes, let them have some questions, and 45 minutes later, I was like, so any questions? Oh, wow, look at that. 45 minutes.
No questions. You answered all of them. Thank you.
I do want to say, though, that was a very dang good class. I mean, it was absolutely amazing, getting good feedback, and you did a hell of a job on that. It was to the point where when you asked, does anybody have any questions? I was like, no, you answered them all. Everything that I was thinking, you covered everything. And if you're wanting to get into that type of stuff, that is a very good class session to go listen to and watch the video. So, those are the things that we want to do. Bring that to everybody to help them, if they're embarrassed or whatever, and they don't want to ask, things like that will help somebody get what they need and get going. That was a good class, Steve. Hell of a good class.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you. And that's pretty much what's glue with me.
There you go.
Nice.
So, I guess, do we got anything else? Am I forgetting something that we need to discuss?
Nope. Let's roll in.
Let's roll into it. Man, we're actually going to get going on a topic quickly.
That's right.
Earlier than usual. So this week's topic is, are CNCs and lasers replacing traditional skills or enhancing them?
Nope. Okay, podcast over. See y'all later. Oh, wait. There was y'all want to discuss this. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I will say, so I'll throw it out this. I'll play devil's advocate for the CNC and the laser. It's making the barrier to entry with woodworking a lot easier, I believe. Kind of like pocket holes did several years ago. It made doing these, certain types of joinery a lot easier. And I think there's a lot of things, whether it's, using it to make templates, to cut delicate curves and different things like that. I think that the lasers and CNCs are making that stuff easier. But to say it's replacing traditional skills, because you're not going to turn around, you're not going to go buy a CNC and tomorrow start cutting dovetails or whatever. You're not doing that.
I think it's in the individual. Here's what kind of, if I can get this out right. I think those two machines enhance what you're doing,
Enhance.
I think if you want to let them take away from you doing certain things, then that's on you. But as a woodworker, if you want to sharpen your skills, you want to try to keep doing traditional work and learn how to do that stuff manually instead of using a piece of equipment.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But
And I don't think that they're replacing. I think that what they're doing is they're changing what the skills and what the most valuable things that we have to use in a different thought process. It makes it so that you have to think about it more, and you have to think about it to the end. It's not just, oh, I've now made this cut and I got to do this. Now you've made all these cuts and it's got to be fit this way. It's another skill set that you have to learn, and it's another. Just like if you're a carpenter, you're out there and you're doing everything. It's another tool in your tool bag that you have to learn how to use, and you have to learn how to use it with the traditional, or people call it traditional, or woodworking skill set.
I think for me, one of the things it did for me is it helped me to realize that I need to focus on order of operations when you're building a project, because there's a lot of that when you're building a project, because, of course, you can't start painting before you've started building. Same with, and that's dumbing it way down. But, with the CNC, you have to pay attention, or laser, you have to pay attention to what you're cutting and what you're doing. Because, if you're doing something intricate and then you're going to cut something out, well, if you cut it out first and then you try to do the other thing, you're going to mess it up. And it builds that, to me, it's built that focus of, okay, I need to have my steps down before I start a project. Where am I going to start? What's step 1? What's step 2? What's step 3? And then, integrating it in, because you never know.
I think what Don just said, the machines give you more options. They don't always replace tools. I think that's a good point.
I mean, in a way, what traditional skills are we? What traditional skills are we talking? Like hand planes, hand saws? I mean,
I'll throw one out. Like, look at the scroll saw. I bought a really nice scroll saw, and once I got my laser,
you couldn't hold the door open?
Joey, just once I got the laser, like that consistency and repeatability versus me standing there and carving out a mustache, like where I could just push a button and I could go and do something else, and it's going to be dead nuts every single time. Well, provided I
like mine live.
Program everything in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I feel like some of these, the laser and the CNC, like you can gain so much from.
On a manufacturing part, yeah.
I think it brings repeatability to tedious cuts, tedious things. It brings that repeatability. It's a time saver for those tedious things, and more accuracy.
So in a way, it is taking over.
No. So just because you made a part doesn't mean that it's going to fit together the way that you intended it to, because you have to think through that entire process. It's another tool in your tool belt. And then once you assemble it, like these cabinets that I'm assembling right now, I still had to go back through and use a chisel because the edges they're rounded over. I had to square them up to be able to make them slide in properly. There's other skills, because you're cutting on this plane, right? It's not going to make it round so that it fits into a round hole. You have to then make sure that everything's lining up correctly, because you're cutting with a round bit, and now you have a square edge going into a round bit. You have to. There's other things that you have to use with it.
Okay, but I'm going to go back to what Mustache said, cutting those intricate deals. Mm-hmm. So in a way, it would be replacing that, because we're taking the easy way out of programming it into a machine. So then you don't have to use those manual skills to get to those intricate parts. right? To cut those intricate parts out. So now a machine's doing it. So then that makes you not use your hands and get that skill set to cut those intricate parts. We're letting a machine do it. That's what I'm saying. So is it in that aspect?
So there's a lot of things that replace that scroll saw. I had a brick. It replaced the scroll saw.
Okay. Holding that door open, huh?
You mean the scroll saw replaced the brick?
No. As fast as I could, I was getting out of the shop, so I kept the brick.
Oh,
Here we go.
Yeah, and going back to what Dances with Aardvark said, no more accuracy, which I was about to hit that too. No more accuracy than jigs, tools, and dies.
Yeah.
Using your CNC or your laser to create jigs or to create templates so you can have that repeated, cut, because maybe you don't want to have to, throw something up on a CNC to cut something, or it's easier to use a template to do it in some cases. But talking about flattening a surface, yeah, I mean, I flatten a ton of cutting boards, in grain cutting boards on my CNC. There is no way I'm about to break out a hand plane and flatten an in grain cutting board. No, I'm going to use the CNC. And I sure as heck am not going to use a scroll saw to flatten a cutting board. Hold it flat, maybe.
We got to hold it down somehow.
Steve, give us your thoughts, Steve, because I know you got something to say about this.
I think it's like any other progression in technology in our space, right? We used to use hand saws, and then they came out with the skill saw or the table saw. And, we used to hand cut mortise and tenons, and now everybody is using a domino. Has it replaced those skills? In some ways, yes. But with everything, I think it's about the time it takes to make your project and what you as a maker are interested in. Not everybody is interested in sitting there and trying to learn Vectric or Carveco and program a CNC to do everything. Some folks are perfectly happy, and it's their Zen moment to get in the shop with their traditional hand tools and their saws, their coping saws, their hand planes, their chisels. It's just another, and someone said it in the chat, it's just another option in your tool set for you to accomplish a goal. As everything progresses in life, skill sets are going to be replaced, because the way we used to do things 150 years ago, those people have all passed along that knowledge. And if we're not using that knowledge, and the way that we construct things and build things changes, and it's no longer a relevant way to do it, it is going to go away, right? And I think, Matt can probably tell us 100 different ways that in the building trades, the way we used to do things have gone away because of modern technology and better mixes of concrete and, better support material and LVLs, and, the way we used to do trusses have all changed.
Yeah.
And I think it's no different when we start talking about, getting into lasers and CNCs. I think where you see the biggest gain in a lot of this newer technology is in the small production shops, where you're a 1 or a 2 person shop, where you're trying to spit out, the cutting boards and the Christmas ornaments and all these things for the craft fairs and the maker fairs to sell. I think the CNCs and the lasers drastically increase the amount of things that you can produce in a short amount of time. Whereas if you had to take those scroll saws and you had to cut out all those intricate bits on a lot of those Christmas ornaments that you hang on your tree. Now you just program it in your laser and you press a button and you can have, 50 or 100 of those cut out in, a third of the time that it'd take you to do 10 with a scroll saw. So,
Yep.
I mean, yes, I think it is replacing some of the skills, but not all of them, because it's going to be a progression over a number of 15, 20, 30 years where eventually, yes, they will get replaced, but in the short term, they're not. It's just another tool to help with the efficiency of getting your projects to a more consistent place.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, we're not all out there still using abacus,
Right.
We have calculators now. So I mean, it's a progression of the times.
Yeah.
And it's like I said in the chat, it's not just one tool to do one thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So like CNC can do multiple things. It can drill holes. It can cut out. It can, flatten. It can do multiple. So if you think about that, it's going through a joiner. It's going through a planer. It's going through a sander. It's doing a bunch of things that it can do. And so the functionality to be able to get that done in one space compared to I got to go to this tool. Now I got to go to this tool. And I got to go to this tool. So it's a multitude of skills into one location.
And let's face it, the barrier to entry on a lot of these newer machines, it is newer technology. It's not really feasible for everybody. Not everybody can afford, a CNC or a laser, but the technology is increasing so rapidly. I mean, just look at, in my mind, one of the biggest advances in the last year or so was when X-Tool came out with their metal fab unit, which it's a little different, but now all of a sudden you've got 3 tools in one, where you have a laser welder, you have a CNC attachment for that, so you can do plasma cutting or laser cutting with the torch, and also you can fit that handle into a CNC, very similar to what Shaper has recently done with their Shaper, what is it, the Bench Pilot, I think it's called, where you take that router and you place it inside this unit, and now it becomes a CNC, right? So the technology is just advancing so rapidly, and yeah, it's probably one of the biggest advances, I think, in like welding and metal fab in years, right? Because for a long time you didn't have the option of laser welding that was somewhat affordable, and it's still not affordable, but anyways, those are my thoughts.
Well, and so what I was going to say is I truly believe there's nothing wrong, and I believe, or not nothing wrong, but I believe everyone should somewhat learn the traditional ways of doing it.
100%.
That's why, and I know y'all want to make fun of them, but that is why I believe every kid starting out should learn to use a scroll saw. It's a super safe tool to use. It's a lot safer than a bandsaw or a table saw.
Yes.
That blade you can still you can still cut yourself, but that blade's not going to pull you in. And with it's the chances of getting hurt with a scroll saw are far more minimal than any other saw out there. Power.
You ever use a tile saw?
Okay, we're not. You know what I mean.
You said any saw.
You know what I mean.
It's not going to pull you into woodworking either.
Yeah. I'm not doing masonry here.
In the same respect, along those same lines, BJ, I learned years ago how to flatten a board using hand planes.
Yeah.
And it's a great skill to have and great knowledge, but that doesn't mean that when I go and build my workbench, later in this coming year, that I'm going to take all of those boards and flatten them all and thickness them using hand planes. No, I have a joiner and I have a planer.
Exactly.
Just because I know how to do it.
There's nothing wrong with that. Knowing how to do it is great. But and I was looking at lasers. Like, I know a lot of people that the only reason they have a laser is to mark their work. to put their maker's mark on their work.
Mhm.
You know, how would we have done that even
Branding
20
irons.
years ago? Using
Yeah,
a branding
branding iron.
iron,
Yep.
or using, you know, using a carving chisel and carving your logo, or most people just signed it with a pen or a pencil. You know, now you've got, you know, these, you can get, you know, 7-watt or a 5-watt laser for next to nothing. And it's just big enough to where, yeah, if you want to put your mark, put your brand on the back of a piece of furniture or a cutting board or whatever, you can do it. You know, it's, you know, there's a lot of simplicity, a lot of, it makes life easier. But to say, I don't think it will ever replace the traditional skills. There will always be people out there like Steve that, you know, will hoard all the hand planes that he can get and keep
It's not a problem.
that craft
It's not a
alive.
It's not a
It's
problem.
not a problem. Only problem if you say you have a problem, right? You're not doing the
That's right.
meetings for it, so we're good.
Not yet.
I mean, so what I look at, and I jotted these down just to have a few skills that I think that are, they're not going to go away. You still have the design and visualization. You still have the material knowledge. You still have to have joinery and assembly. You still have to have finishing, and you still have to have problem solving. I don't care if you're using lasers. I don't care if you're using CNC. I don't care if you're doing hand planes. I don't care if you're doing a scroll saw. I mean, it doesn't matter what you're using. You still have to have those basic things in your tool belt for skills. So are the skills changing? They might be changing, but they're not going away. It's still the same thing. So yes, Lidos, your stuff is showing up, bud.
Yep.
You're doing a great
Yeah,
job.
Sorry, I'm trying to do some admin work real quick. Keep on going.
So
Yeah.
So now, do you have new skills because of this?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you
And
have,
I'm happy I had to learn those skills.
yeah. It's something different. It's something that you had to tackle new inventive ways to learn things. So you had CAD and CAM software, your tool programming, right? Laser file prep, and then digital measurement and scanning. All that had to be new, and still had to bring it back to what kind of wood that you're using, how you're going to join it together, how it's all going to be the assembly process. So I don't think you're losing skills. I think you're having to add to.
See, that's why I like flattening boards, because I'm just using the gamepad, so I'm just building my Halo and Call of Duty skills.
You know, you can put a program file in and walk away from that.
Yeah,
That would be that other skill that we need to learn.
Exactly.
That would see, and that to okay. So yeah, that's to me. That's the fear side of it, of getting over. Oh, hey, let me let this machine run this 2.5-inch flattening bit on its own. No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna
What's the
sit
worst
there and
can
watch
happen?
that.
Hold my beer.
Oh, believe me.
Do you still manually run
He does.
all
your-
flattening
on your
all flattening
CNC?
stuff. I manually run it. Yeah.
Why? You have a CNC.
Welcome to the conversation, Joey.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to delete.
I know what you're
the
doing,
one
bud.
the
I know what
one
you're doing.
time that I did, the one time that I designed a path and did everything, it because
He says he uses a hand drill.
Made me choke on my.
Bit and brace, Mike.
yeah, I have one of those. It's hanging on the wall, and I have a full set of bits.
Oh,
Even
So
the
the-
Australian says, "Really?
If I could explain myself, I would love to entertain you.
You're not gonna get a chance."
we're not gonna.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have too much fun with this right now.
Go ahead.
You know,
bud.
I can just mute all y'all, and I
Go
can talk. So the reason being is the one time I did it, and when I was using the 1-inch flattening bit, I never had a problem with it because it would never, you couldn't run it fast enough. But with this big bit that I'm using, the one time I did it, and usually it's due to the inconsistency of the board, which is hence why I'm flattening it. If it is taking too deep of a cut, it will bog itself down, will kill the spindle, and then the CNC continues to want to move. That tends to be a problem. So being able to manually control it, and I've got it down to where I can flatten a 3 foot by 1.5 foot, 2 foot board in about 5 minutes doing it manually. Now, the other thing is if I can figure out a way to get it to where it will only cut in one direction, because I do a lot of maple and other stuff, cutting in the reverse. So as it's going around in certain directions, it will burn the wood a lot easier. So if I could just get it to where, if I could design a program where it only cut going left to right, that would be awesome. But a lot of times, because it wants to make a circle around it, the front to back or back to front pass, that's where it's burning.
That's when you set up your file to go past that. So it's super simple when it goes past the edge of the board. Then it makes it turn and comes back.
But as it's getting smaller and smaller, it will eventually end up on the board.
No, sir.
No. They make so if you look at that pass that you're talking about, there's different ways that you can make that go. You can make it go side to side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not with the software that I'm using.
Oh, that's right. You don't have Vectrix.
I don't have Vectrix. Now, if Vectrix wants to gift me a license,
good luck.
I will. Good luck with that. Yeah.
But
I forgot you didn't have Vectrix. You're still using Carveco, right?
I'm using Carbide Create or whatever theirs is. Yeah. So for me, and it's just, and I've gotten it down to where I can, like I said, I can flatten one side in under 10 minutes, flip it, flatten the next side, and we're good. So
that to me brings up a whole new set of topics, is knowing the right software or having to work within the software that you have.
Yeah.
So then it is taking away from traditional skills.
No, it's adding to.
It's adding to it.
It's adding to. No, yeah, you can hand plane, but it's adding to. It's different skills that you can add to. Now, can he go out and learn how to hand plane? Sure, he can.
Am I hand planing an end grain cutting board? No.
Probably not. I wouldn't. Steve, you gonna hand plane? You gonna hand plane end grain?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well,
not if I don't have to.
There you go.
Good luck.
I mean, you need a really sharp hand plane, and
it's realistically only end grain.
Not with that
grain that I flatten, because with a 15-inch planer and then an 8-minute drive down the road, I've got access to a 20-inch planer. Edge grain's not a big deal.
You can. There's other ways that you can do that as well. So
yeah, I mean, you could build a flattening, and I had the big flattening jig with the linear rails and all that stuff, and that's what I did before I had the Onefinity, because the old CNC that I had it didn't have the accuracy to do a lot of that stuff.
So just,
I mean, I'm just trying to cause controversy here. I don't care.
I know
I'm going to take the easiest way out, and it's going to go on the CNC.
Well, here's actually a question for that, because it is a skill.
Back and hit a button and let it go.
Here's actually a question on that, and we just had a class on this, and I'm going to ask the question: what kind of hand plane would you use on end grain? Would that be a low angle?
Be like a low angle. Yeah.
Low
really
angle.
sharp.
Gold stars for everyone.
And if you guys are top tier
Light
patrons,
cut.
you can listen to that channel. Listen to that, and it's a great explanation on how that all works. So I'd check it out.
We're gonna have to get another class together, Steve. We got to go to the next stage of it, because we're getting a lot of feedback on it. So yeah, you better get ready. We're gonna have to.
We'll get something on the calendar. SupportCMP.com.
Yeah, supportcmp.com. He's very expensive. I'm just telling you. He's not cheap.
And okay, so Dance's brings up another thing. Drum sander would be the traditional choice for end grain. Yeah.
Yep.
And since I got my Onefinity and have been using it to flatten, it was over 2 years that I didn't even turn on my drum sander, to the point where because of that, I sold my drum sander.
I still run mine through after. So, I mean, I just do it to get it down to the grit that I want it to be at. So,
see, that's, and with the bit that I'm using with the inserts, it's already at like 150 grit. Now, when you mess up and you overrun it and it throws your tram off and you've got little grooves, then you're going back down to 80 grit. But
how often does that happen?
Very rare.
How often does it happen? Like, how often does it happen where you plunge the bit? Does that ever happen to anybody?
Happens to me all the time. That's that whole newbie thing.
I'm not taking the bait.
Wow, you can run a half-inch bit
This
through
dude's
MDF.
like a freaking elephant, man. He doesn't forget nothing.
I'm on the phone with him. He's like, "Oh my god!" I hear this screaming going on, and it's.
That's not
The
sound
trick is,
supposed to
if you
That's
do
the wrong
that, hit the big red button real quick, and you'll be okay.
That's what we did.
I had my Avid take off with a full-blown island.
Countertop.
It plunged in and took off with it. It pulled it out of the clamps and took it.
Mine.
It said, "Wow."
This is one of the reasons why I haven't put my air weights on yet. Still working through the. Let's not put a bit through my spoil board.
Oh,
That's when Matt heard me yelling, and that mark is still there because I wasn't going to remake that thing. So when you're sitting at that island in the in the apartment, you can reach down here, and it's right under the. It's there. I'm like, it is what it is. Not my. It's just an apartment. I don't live in it, so I don't care. Flip it over and let's do the other side. Get on with it.
Just flip the cushion over. It's fine.
Nobody will ever know it's there.
It was awesome. It was a learning moment. It was definitely a learning moment. So,
Yeah.
So in my opinion, I don't think that we're losing skills. I think that we're adding two skills, and it becomes
I agree.
a greater. It makes your tool bag bigger, and so whether or not you're using those skills of older, I think it's good to learn those skills, and sometimes you learn the newer skills and then come back and learn and jump back into it. I mean, I know for a fact that I dabbled in hand planes, wasn't nowhere near effective at it. And now I'm learning a little bit more from, listening to Steve and these classes and watching, learning CNC still. Obviously, you forget just little nuances, little buttons, and things don't work.
Yeah, the offset will get you every time.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
But why would somebody send a file with a 17-inch offset? Anyway,
Been there, done that. Yeah. Got that T-shirt. Why won't this cut? Why does it stop 3/4 of the way through?
oh, wait! I put my zero location in the middle of the board, not on the bottom left. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, I think there's a lot of skills that we're gaining. I don't think we're losing from. I think we're gaining, and you still have the opportunity to learn those other skills and make them a part of, and even incorporate with the CNC and or laser, because you can use hand planes and you can use traditional skill saws and worm saws and whatever else, door stops, all sorts of stuff that you can use, but however you use them together, you can use them together.
I want to put this like mustache
And hand
right?
drills. And hand drills.
Mustache for one. when it comes to 3D printing.
Mhm.
He was very, very green to it. And now we ask him questions. Because you've done some amazing stuff. I've been 3D printing probably the longest out of all of us. And I still don't know what he knows. He's like taking that, especially y'all using the program, what y'all use. Y'all use SketchUp and y'all can do it.
Yeah.
And y'all are real good at it. And being able to take those design stuff on that. I don't know how to. I mean, SketchUp. Matt taught me a little bit, and then I don't have time for that. But you have done a lot on that, and you rely heavily on SketchUp too.
Well, yeah, and I'd like to move forward and get off SketchUp and maybe like more into Fusion and stuff. But that kind of rolls into, I mean, it wouldn't really be lasers, for that kind of stuff, but for like 3D modeling and stuff, 3D printing, doing a 3D carve or something like, and setting that up in like Fusion or something. Like when you get that CAD software, like to the point where you can make stuff, and maybe I'll pull a model off Maker World or something like that I want to 3D print, and I'm like, okay, perfect example. This little Milwaukee AirPod case. When I'd open the top, it would hit. So I brought that file into SketchUp, and I made the little tweaks, and like now it like works correctly and stuff. Like not everybody can do that, but like if you train, like there's a ton of resources out there where you can learn how to do basic CAD and stuff, and like you don't need. I mean, I think Fusion 360 has like the free version.
That's what I use.
Still,
That's what I have.
The problem is the learning curve.
Correct.
It's a very advanced program for a lot of people, and even me.
It's like being right-handed your whole life, and now you got to be left-handed.
Yeah, but there's a lot of classes out there, like because I'm going through the I like to make stuff course right now for Fusion 360, and he simplifies it. He really does. And that's one course that I would recommend if you're wanting to get into Fusion 360 and not affiliated with it or any way, shape, or form. But that's a course I would look at taking, because it opened my eyes to a lot of things. But I'll say one skill that I think CNCs and lasers help you really improve is your measuring skills, because there's a lot that goes into that. And it's helped me and kind of forced me into using metric. So that's a skill that I've been developing over the last couple of years, is using more metric versus, imperial.
Well, what I was kind of trying to get to my point across was like Mustache, he goes in and Matt, and we've all utilized Matt to lay out our shops and stuff. But with his CNC build, he went in there, modeled it, took measurements to make sure it was going to fit in his shop and he was going to have enough room, but he still has to use the skills he's learned to go build it. Right. He had to utilize that, which then in return there's measuring and all that stuff. And I know we're getting a little, Steve keeps looking up like getting off topic, but
well, just speaking of measuring and CNC precise.
I think all of us have those like at the handy, always
laying around everywhere.
Exactly. I got them everywhere because I mean, I take it to the math portion of it, but 25.4 and 453.6, just conversions that you have in 42. Your head. 40. Well, that's the answer to life and everything. But I mean, having those conversions in your head so that you can convert this stuff from metric to, from imperial to metric is very helpful a lot of times. So
yeah, and I mean to BJ's point about using metric and stuff, like 3D printing, and when I'm making a model and stuff, like I'm doing metric, like that's I've just kind of tried to force myself to use it. You know,
Mhm.
No freedom numbers.
do it. It's gonna be easier, Joey.
No, it is.
Guys,
No, it is easier.
Remember,
It is
numbers
easier.
are hard. Numbers are hard enough for Joey. Having to learn a
No.
new set of numbers, it's going to throw him for a loop.
No. But I will tell you that metric is easier, just because it's a lot simpler to divide up.
Once you understand it, once you understand that, I mean, you can sit there and say, "Oh, well, it's 2 inches," and you know what 2 inches is, you know, because you've been dealing with it your whole life. But they say it's 50.8 millimeters. Is, you know, it's just oh, it's 50 point. What's that? How big is that? You know, is that, you know, this big? It takes a minute to get used to.
You gotta stick to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
I think it depends on what you're doing. Bounce back and forth all
Yeah.
the time.
You use them both.
On some stuff, yes. Like there's some Festool stuff that's metric, but you know. Oh, you guys. But anyhow, moving on.
Moving on.
You got no more numbers? That's it?
I can throw them all out at you. What you want?
42, best number.
It's the answer to life and everything. I don't know the question, but the answer is 42.
I don't know. There's another number that's even better, but we're not going there.
No,
Hmm.
absolutely not. So, all right, mustache. There's a mosquito in here. Got it.
There was a mosquito in here.
It was a
Got
mosquito.
I got some I got some information for
Oh,
you
really?
guys. We got
do you?
You do?
we got a new patron yesterday,
Oh, it's
Mr. David Beckwith from
That's what I'm
David
talking
Beckwith Makes, and also Keith upped his membership from Blackthorn Concepts. We thank the two of you, in addition to all our other patrons, and I am going to announce our top tier because
Hold on, I'm going to
Hold on,
interrupt
Joey-
you. Hold
Joey
on, I'm
wants-
going to interrupt you.
extreme close up.
You forgot one, and we can't forget them. There was another one in there.
What?
And, yes, and it was
No, I keep going in and out. I'm looking at the wrong-
loser.
Maybe he was.
Loser. The Working
Okay,
Hands
that.
podcast is also a
Patreon member.
Patreon member.
I had a sidebar while you guys were doing your tiki talk. It's Keith. It's Keith.
Keith.
He couldn't figure out how to up his membership.
So he didn't learn the skill to.
Man, I thought they were coming over to the light.
Oh,
We'll get Tony over here eventually.
Man,
Yeah.
Mr. Rule and Ruler.
So let's kick off with Don from What's Next Woodworking, Victor from Whim Designs, Tyler from Forge 3D, our special host this evening, Steve from Steve I Designs, and last but certainly not least, Mike from Lidos Woodshop. We thank our top tier in addition to all our other tiers for the support. And if you are interested in becoming a patron, and I can't harp on this enough, we got an awesome giveaway. I wish I could participate, and our top 2 tiers will have the opportunity to win a laser from Acmer in, well, maybe not in addition, but you can also win a bamboo printer.
We're only going to
for
allow one of them
patrons
to win.
only.
Whoever
One per
wins,
person.
they can't win
Yes.
again.
that's right.
Yes.
Make
Yes.
it
Out of the
fair.
rest of it.
But
Yep.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So definitely get in on that, and you can go over to supportcmp.com and pick your tier. And we thank you in advance, as well as to Steve for putting that URL up for us.
Mhm.
I can't harp enough on it, but we've got some pretty cool stuff coming up in the new year, and we'd appreciate any support. especially the stuff that Steve's putting out. If we can have more of those classes, it's going to be great. And everybody else that we're planning on trying to get on here. But also remember to head on over to those listening platforms like Spotify and iTunes and download. We need to keep those downloads. That helps out. And also a thumbs up on these shows, comment, share it, follow, do it all. Go follow everybody. And if you do that, we will follow you back for sure. So please make sure and do that. Any support that we can get helps us further the show. And it's all what we want to do is try to give back to the community.
Yep.
But other than that, we're off to the big show next Sunday. It's going to be fun. A lot of stuff, a lot of goodies going to be given out. And anybody else got anything? Nothing? Tyler?
Don't forget to, if you're going to get some glue, don't forget to use our code.
Yep, it's there in the description. Please use that code. And
CMP10 for our listeners.
Nick and the family over there have been very good to us, and we really want to thank them for coming along on this journey. And he's going out of his way next week too to give out some good stuff. So we hope to have everybody there. There's a lot. Oh man, it's great. I wish I could be involved in the giveaway because there's some good stuff going out.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that's gonna do it for us tonight. I guess until next week. Remember, head on over to supportcmp.com. Enter your chance to win that bamboo printer. I hope somebody gets it that doesn't have one, or somebody can add one. But other than that, for all your Skull Saw questions, call BJ. Bye.